Ecamm Fam, what's good, y'all? Let me make sure I'm not on mute this week. Last week, I was speaking for like 2 minutes before I realized I'm on mute. So I apologize for that last week. But hey, best believe I'm a double and triple check these types of things now. Okay. So, welcome to another episode of Martial Craze with Ecamm. I'm sorry I'm out of breath. My mouth started to get really dry. I said, I need to go get some water. So I ran downstairs and got a bottle of water. So let me say hey to the family that's in the building. Mr. Moderator, thank you so much for showing up week in and week out, week out and helping a brother out. I appreciate it, Parker. Welcome. What is good? Welcome. Dan, welcome. What's good? Victor, what is good, my brother? Welcome. Comic Boom. We'll see. We will see. Rainy Cajun, welcome. And then George, Todd. Wow, we got a lot of people in the building today. Awesome. Yes. You see the fake plants? Or are they fake? Yeah, they are fake. I'm back home. Was here last week too. Yeah, we've been back home for about 2 weeks now. So thank you guys. So as I said, welcome to another episode of Martial Craze with Ecamm. Happy Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever day it is you're watching this. If you join us live, welcome. If you're on the replay squad, I'm glad you took the time out of your day to re-watch Little Old Me back. Nice meeting you as well. Who is this? You don't have your name. Let me know your name, my brother. just so I can confirm whether it was nice meeting you or not. Because what if it wasn't? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Nah, I'm sure it was. But yeah, let me know who you are. Um, 'Cause I always get stumped by those of you who don't use your name. Okay, got you. Yep, I remember. I think I remember you. Yep. Cool. It was great. It was great meeting you as well in Miami. Just for those of you who don't know, or care, if you do care, spoke in Miami this past weekend at the podcast summit. It was a phenomenal experience. And my session was on the ultimate setup for virtual interviews. So I naturally talked about Ecamm Live and interview mode and overlays and equipment and lighting, cameras, microphones. It was fun. Did a little bit of Q&A. So hopefully we'll have some new people joining the Ecamm Fam from that session. But that was really cool. That was really cool. I appreciate that, Dan. My brother. See, that's why I like Dan. He'll make fun of me and then give me a compliment. It evens out. It evens out. Cool. All right, y'all. As you know, today we're gonna be branding. We had to run it back. This is one of my favorite things to do. We have a little mini series. I believe this is part 6 on, well, at least for this season, on live show branding. Okay, so if you guys have any ideas for anybody need a logo for their show or their channel, throw it out there. I did see Comic Boom. So if you could just give me a little idea of what you're looking for, then maybe we can make that happen. I'm not necessarily an illustrator, but you never know. I mean, we can see what we can do based off of what you need. Let me know what it is that you need, and maybe we can make that happen. And also a couple other people maybe could throw out some ideas. In the meantime, I'm going to pull up Comic Boom's YouTube channel to see what we're working with so far. Okay. Comic Boom. Okay. All right, so I'm going to pull up Comic Boom's YouTube channel. So this is what we're looking at so far. So it looks like it's comic focused. Surprise, surprise. I have a very simple YouTube banner. Lover of comic books and all things comic book related. Life is good. Cool. It looks like the logo is a bit of a silhouette of sorts, but I'm not sure what's going on this side. Maybe it's a bandana that's floating in the wind or something, or a nose, or maybe this entire thing is a bottom of a face. I'm not really sure. But yeah, give us some context, Comic Boom, and let us know what you're looking for specifically, and also other people throw out some ideas if you can, just in case this doesn't make the cut this week. Let me see. Maybe redesign your life. Okay, that's a potential. Redesign your life. Is this a show? Let me know. Let's see. Just one question. Let me see if I can search for channels, filters, channel. Here we are. Oh yeah, okay. I know exactly who you are. Ecamm Fam, what is good? Yep. Yeah, the Ecamm Fam shirts on as well. Uh-oh. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Okay, there we go. System audio is muted. Sorry if it was too loud. Okay, let me scroll down. Comic book review channel. I review DC Comics. I'm always open for better presentation ideas. Show people about living up to the box. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead with Comic Boom to start, okay? Since they commented first, they made sure to comment first. And let us know your name, Comic Boom, if you're open to it. I'm not the best with speaking to names that aren't people's names. I haven't quite mastered that yet. It's a little awkward for me. Um, I would at least like to know who you are. I appreciate that. That is the cost that you pay for us to do that. Rocky, awesome. Welcome, Rocky. It's great to see you. Thank you so much. So, if you'd like to rebrand Comic Boom, let's see. So, I'm gonna approach this live because I know we're awesome. We're short on time. So let's get started. We're gonna be branding Comic Boom. And it's a comic review channel. Okay. So I have some ideas. So what I would like to do, I'm gonna open up Illustrator. Okay. The podcast summit in Ecamm, ironically. So I typically start with a document that looks like this inside of Illustrator. And it has a bunch of artboards on it just so I can have a lot of space to try out my ideas. All right. So what I'm thinking we do here is use some sort of text-based font, a text-based logo, call it a word mark, Comic Boom. So the first thing I would do is go to, let me pause this. Okay, I'm guessing this is you, Rocky, right here, because this looks like the silhouette. If we could stick a silhouette in there, maybe we'll make it happen. But let's start with the text. All right, let's start with the text. So what I'm going to do is do comic font. I'm going to Envato Elements. You guys, if you watch every week, you know I love this website. I use it for all different kinds of assets. So I was going to find a font first, but it looks like some of these may work for actual text effects. Okay, so these are text effects that you would apply after you get the font that you want. All right, so I'm going to click here to go to see more to find a good comic style font. Oh, here's Boom. Would you look at that? Oh, you know what? We maybe could use that type of background. We'll keep it simple. And let me know what color scheme you want to stick with as well. I like the halftone situation. So I'm not really looking at these for the backgrounds, though I'm getting inspiration from them. I'm looking at them for the actual font, because that's what we're downloading first. Okay. So let me know if any fonts stand out to you. I'm kind of digging this one. I'm actually digging this font as well. So I think I'll maybe go with this particular font, and let's compare that with the font that you have. Okay. So let's go ahead and download this font first. So let's do Ecamm. Download with a license. Any color scheme? Cool. So let's go ahead and save this. Ecamm's folder. Sorry, I have tons of clients and tons of folders. So Ecamm Live. Okay, Marshall Grace with Ecamm. Season 2, episode 22. So I'm going to save this here. I'm actually going to save this in a couple spots. So double click this. We're just going to use this first font. So I'm going to copy and paste it. So I paste it in the Dropbox first because I have a member of my team who needs access to all the fonts that I have access to when he's editing certain files. So this is in Dropbox. As you can see here on the left-hand side, I highly recommend Dropbox installation on Macs. So I have all my Ecamm recordings being saved there. And as you can see, these green checks means that they're downloaded, but I can also save them to the cloud and make them online only, but I'll still be able to see them here. So I'm just going to Command V to paste that font here. So now from here, I'll go down to the font I just pasted. It's called Meow. And install it. I'll double click it. Font book will pop up and I'll hit install. So that's the process I go through to install the fonts. I save it in a particular spot and then I add it to Dropbox and install it from there. John Michael, what is good? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so, but it's not going to look this cool, Rocky, at first, but we'll make it look that cool really quickly, okay? Oh, I like that graphic. But yeah, they didn't come with any graphics, but that's okay because we're going to create our own. All right, so I have the font installed now. So I'll start with creating the Comic Boom text. So if there's any other text you want to add to the cover photo, just let me know if it's like new videos weekly or anything like that. Or if there's like a tagline, like if you want to add like comic, let me see here. We see versatile graphics, thumbnails, and attached to name graphic. Any color scheme. Comic book review channel. So if you want to say like DC Comics reviews or something, like if you have like a tagline, let people know what the channel is about. Let me know what that is, and we can add that. But first, I'll add comic. So I just type the word comic. I'm going to make it larger so you guys can see it. I'm going to change the font to Meow. Is it not there yet? Let me see. Let me go to font book. Where's the font book? Sometimes if it doesn't show right up, I'll have to just restart. I have to close out of, let me see. Close out of Illustrator. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's here. So I'm going to go back here. Let me see here. Fonts. I'm going to drag it into the font book. Okay, it says it's already in here. Oh, it's one E. Oh my goodness, I thought it was two E's. Okay, so I'll skip this. Come back here. MEO. There it is. I'm sorry, guys. All right, we got comic here. And then I'm going to hit boom on the second line. I'm going to center this. And then I'm going to come back here and reference what this looks like. So I'll just take a quick screenshot of it because there are a couple different ways we could do this. So I use Snagit. I'm going to take a quick screenshot of this just as a reference of how this font looks, because I do like a solid colored background with the white text with the outlines. So I'm going to Command C, copy this from Snagit, paste it here just for reference, okay? So I'm going to make a copy of this because this is editable, but this isn't once I convert it to curve. So I'm going to do that, Shift Command O. So now this isn't editable font anymore. You know, I can actually manipulate each point, things of that nature. So what I'll do just quickly is make like a red background, and we can change the specific colors of this later, but just so we can start to work on this, to perform our surgery on this. Oh, I like the way they did the double O's like this, but I'll actually move the double O's higher. Let's make it a little more fun, right? Yeah, this is cool. Maybe I'll move the C down some. Maybe the M. This looks cool. Okay. So now I'm going to do Command 8 to make all of this one. I'll change it to white. I do Command C, Command F. So now I have the same. I duplicated this layer, and I'm going to add a stroke to the bottom layer. Like this. And the cool thing is, I can offset this top layer like this to add more of like a 3D effect if you want, you know, like this. I think that looks cool. And then let's make this bottom layer yeah, like that. I like that. shoot, did we miss? Oh, you know what? If we did, that's fine. I'm gonna say, did we miss an exclamation point? We showed it, y'all. Let me check in with y'all first. Weekly comic book reviews. Okay, cool. So we're gonna add an exclamation point, but let's make the exclamation point like kind of large and obnoxious. How about that? So that's why I like having this layer, because this is editable font. So I can double click this, make the exclamation point, boom. All right. So I'm gonna do this, add this here, put it at an angle, and I'm actually gonna make it really large and obnoxious. Not obnoxious, but like in your face, maybe even a different color. See, this is what you can do when you convert it to curves or expand the shape as opposed to leaving it as a font. So now, and I'll do the same thing with this. Maybe even make it like a yellow. Let's just see what that looks like. And we can change the colors later, but let me see. Just wanted to see. I'm gonna hide this layer. Come to this layer. Do the same thing here. Reshow this layer. And all right, that looks pretty cool so far. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Oh, no doubt, man. No doubt. Okay. So it's looking good so far, I think. So we'll add one more layer. So you see this shadow layer back here. But first, I'm gonna combine this this layer with this. So the exclamation point with the rest of this background. So it actually made it. Let me see, object expand. It put it over the top of that white layer, so you see to drag it below the white layer there, and then I'm going to offset this bottom layer again, like duplicate it, like have it come down here, and then reduce the opacity to like 20 to create that shadow. And then bring this layer back up. So you see we have that shadow now. Cool. But we're not going to stop here, y'all, because I want to see what these text effects will look like maybe now that we have the font. So this is the actual font logo that we have. So let's see if we can add a little sizzle to it. Maybe to make it more 3D or something like that. I think that would be a bit of a deviation than what I typically do on this show. Glossy comic cartoon 3D effect. I think I like this one, y'all. This actually looks pretty cool. And this looks cool too. But let me know if you'd be open to this style, where we add like a glossy effect to it. Let me know. Let's go ahead and try it. Boom shakalaka. That's hilarious. Is there's a song by Chris Brown I listen to. I forget the name of it, but there's a part of the song where he says boom shakalaka. Sometimes I know that's not where it came from, but sometimes that part will be stuck in my head. So I just randomly be walking around the house talking about boom shakalaka. All right, so I downloaded that, but let's just see if we can see anything else that may work. I think I'm digging that one the most. So let's go ahead and mess with that one. Okay. Yeah, let's just see. Let's just see. If you don't like it, we don't have to rock with it. But let's just see what happens. Close. Not really interested in that. Oh, so it would have had us. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. Let me think about the best way to do this. So it really wants us to do this inside of that. So let me see me out. Let me just see how it looks real quick. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know if I can change the colors, which I would want to do. So let's pick a different one, y'all, because I thought this was gonna be in. I thought it was gonna be inside of Photoshop. Excuse the background noise, y'all. I feel like they've been cutting the grass and weed whacking and using the whatever the blower is called, the leaf blower, all day. All right, I'm kind of digging this one. Let me know what you think. So let's just see how it works, how it looks. Okay, so let's see which one we want to use. Of course, we can change the colors up accordingly. I think I like this one, and we can change the colors up, or this one. Let's see. Maybe this one, but I don't like the shininess, the embossing. So let's try this one. 1.psd. So I'm going to open this up. In Photoshop, oh, here it is over here. Replace your text. All right. So now what I'm literally going to do is come back here. I'm just going to use this top layer first. Command C. Copy it from here. I'm going to hide this. Command V. That didn't work. Command C. Command V. That's weird, y'all. Hold up. Oh, it's over here. All right, Command V. Why isn't it pasting this inside? Oh, okay, here we go. Paste as, let's do pixels and see if this works. Enter, Command S to save it. Come back here. Interesting. So I do want to take off. It's like an embossing. I'm not really a fan of the embossing. So let me, oh, it keeps popping up over here. So I have to find out where it is. There it is. So I'm going to hide that. I want to make this a bit smaller. Move it over some. Command S. Save it. Comic boom. I think it's looking good. So should we change this red to white? Let me know what you think about that. Yeah, let me know. Let's see what other layers. So that's the background, decoration, shadow. Just want to see. I literally just play around with these different layers. Okay. So this is where we have the red. But let's see what it would look like if we just have like mostly white, just to see what it would look like. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. And I really want to reverse this. And what if we make the background or the decoration red? What do you think of that? Or should we go back? Okay. The red pops? Bet. Let's go back to the red. I think I would agree. I think I would agree. Maybe the bottom part doesn't have to be as red. I mean as like dark. So let me just adjust that real quick if I find out which layer it is. Oh, there it is. So hit here, go gradient overlay, and make this red just a bit brighter. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Cool. All right. So here we are. All right, y'all. So what I'll do is I'm going to export this, but I want to have more versatility with this background. So I'm going to use Affinity Designer. But first, let's look at some comic style backgrounds. Okay. So we don't necessarily have to use the one that they gave us. Effect easy. Make sure I'm logged in. Of course I'm not logged in. Hope this is the right one. It is. Okay, so let's do comic background. Okay. So let me know if any of these jump out at you, as we can use one of these and we can change the colors accordingly. I'm actually feeling one of these because we're keeping it like comic, but also boom. Well, and classy as well. You know what I'm saying? So let's take a look at here again. So we're gonna have these assets, or at least the comic boom. And so we just need a background. Then we can still get the actual boom shape as well. Um, hmm. I don't like this, but I feel like it's a little busy. Movement. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Movement. Look at this again. So maybe this. Luis, what is good, my brother? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Maybe something like this, and then we add in the like this type of element, like the boom effect to it. All right. So, I'm gonna add that to another tab, and I'm gonna look from the top again. I don't want to go through pages and pages because I'll be doing this forever. Um, okay. So I actually like this actual effect. Do I like it better than that? Not really. I think we'll just export all of this together. Um, for real, are you in Miami? Well, I'll be back at the beginning of September, my brother. So we'll have to connect if you're in Miami. All right, so I'm gonna rock with that, and then maybe. Oh, okay. So we won't need a boom effect, because we're already gonna have one. Let me know if you're good with this. And we can always change the colors and make certain elements more subtle. Okay. So now I'm going to open up Affinity Designer. So let's go to Obbs's YouTube thumbnail and use this as a template. Boom, up here. So we're going to do File, Save As, Comic Boom. All right, so now we'll do File, Open. So you can open vectors inside of Affinity. Okay, boom, open this. All right. So I'll do Command C, come here. So we got to delete your stuff out. Okay, so we won't need this stuff. All right, so I mean, it's not a lot. It's not going to be shown. So I really want this effect, but all of this is going to be empty. So this is a perfect time to show you guys how I would handle this. So we have to come up with a good color scheme. So first, let me go back into Photoshop, export these few layers out. Effect, decoration, background. So I'm gonna export. I'll group these two layers. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Group from layers here, and then export these out. Oh, wait, it didn't happen. Hold on. Oops. Don't need these two layers. So I'm gonna export this. Just export it as a PNG real quick. Okay. Going somewhere with this, y'all. Stick with me, okay? I'll show y'all something really cool in a second. So we have this. So now we need to make sure. So this middle section is going to be the center of the YouTube thumbnail, but we still need the rest of this to be filled. So maybe we make these these white things. I'll group them all together. Maybe we make them yellow. So I'm just selecting all these white layers here just to see if we can make this background a bit more cohesive. So if I make them, let me see here, yellow. I feel like that's a little too busy. What if we make them red? Oh, that's way too busy. So let's make them darker blue. Does that help? I think that looks better. What do you think? I think I'm gonna make these stars like a bit smaller. So I'll group this star, group this, and group this. So all these stars I'll make smaller like this. Okay, I'm digging that. So let me know what you think of this background. If you're good with this color scheme for this, I feel like the blue should pop a little more. So let's just make it more like this blue here, just to see what'll happen. So I'm gonna take this. Let's take a screenshot. Paste it here. Let me know. Let me know which blue you prefer. Is that too busy? I feel like it could be. Uh, Maybe we keep it how it was. What do you think about this? Okay. Yeah, let's keep this blue how it is. So now what I'll do is I'm actually going to um enlarge this. I'm gonna show y'all something cool, y'all. Oops. How many of y'all familiar with generative fill, Photoshop? So we're gonna use that to create a larger background so can because I like this placement of this as opposed to having it so large that it can't a lot of it will be cut off, but I want to expand it. So I'm going to use Photoshop's generative fill. So I'm going to select this layer. I'm going to do command, see, command C. I'm going to make it bigger first. So I'm going to make a copy of it, make it larger. Command C, new from clipboard. I'm going to export this as like maybe 2000 pixels wide. Export it. Export 22. Let me see background. And then I'm gonna come to Photoshop, open it. Okay, so now I'm gonna hit the crop, go much wider, like this. All right. So now I just want to expand this image. So I'm actually gonna select um just the edges of the image. See if I can invert selection. Now do generative fill, generate, and let's see what happens. Oh, lighter blue. Uh-oh. Oh, we can actually change the. Oh wow, that's interesting. This is interesting. Let me know what you think of this. Let me know what you think of this. I'm gonna take a quick screenshot of this and just paste it in there just to see what it looks like. So it kind of uses AI to create the rest of the image based off of what it thinks may look good. Okay, um so essentially like this. But what we could do is kind of change the color kind of like this. Yeah, so Let's just go back here and change this color for you. Okay, yeah, let's look at the lighter blue. And all of these. Okay, I think I'm gonna remove these. All right, I gotta find out where these stars are, y'all. Yeah, let me know what you think of this background, because I can expand this background. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna make it more of a gradient. Oops, not this. Elliptical gradient like this. So the edges, we're gonna make the darker blue. And then the middle, we'll make a lighter blue. Yeah. Oops. I keep selecting the wrong tool in the wrong program. All right. So now, if we're gonna rock with this for our background, I'm just gonna expand this, like do exactly what I did a second ago. Delete this. See. So I'm gonna do the same thing I just did. So I'm gonna expand this canvas. We're almost done, guys. Interesting. I think it starts out strong, but then it gets kind of crazy. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. It starts off strong. I'm trying to think of what to do. We may need to pick another one really quickly. Just keeping the Adobe, keeping the YouTube thumbnail in mind because it's only going to show the middle section. You know what I'm saying? So, um, and I want to show as much of the movement in the middle as possible. Like something like this would be good because these lines. Oh, I guess not. I was gonna say these lines go almost to the middle, or even something similar to this. But if we don't need it to go all the way to the middle, we're gonna find it, y'all. We only got a couple minutes left, so we're gonna find the perfect one. Or we can, what else we can do? Go to Adobe Stock. Comic boom background. Oh, something like this could work right here. Right here. Though the top and bottom, we'll work it out. So open this one. That may work. This may work. Still shows movement. This may work. So let me compare these two and we'll rock with one of these. Of course, we can change the colors accordingly. This and this. This and this. This and this. I think we'll go here because it requires less work in terms of changing the color. So, okay, more from this series. Let's look at this series because so this is the same one. It just shows more of the image. You want some clouds? We don't need any clouds. Okay. Let's go ahead and rock with this one. License. No, it's in the clip group. Let's take it out of the clip group and see what we're looking with. Okay, cool. This actually works. Because this square, we can expand even more. Like this. So I'm going to do Command G, Command C, and then paste it right in here. Delete this. We won't need this anymore. Okay, we won't need this either. Command V. So I think this looks good. We'll put it right in the middle, and then we'll just expand this rectangle in the background like this. All this other stuff where it gets cut off, it won't even be shown. So now I'll show, hold up. Let me move this above. I will show this. All right, let's go ahead and knock that tagline out. Drop the tagline again for me. Okay, it says weekly comic book reviews. Okay, cool. So what are some other complementary fonts for comic? You know what? Let's find just a comic font. I may already have one. Let's see. Comic book reviews. Let's find a comic font. I feel like I already have one. No, not Comic Sans. Absolutely not. I know I have some of these fonts. Want like the actual like text like this. Yeah, that may work right like that. Um yeah, let's rock with this one. Black Dog. Let's see if there's any similar down here. Let me see here. Really quickly. Nope. So let's just rock with this. Download, Ecamm, download. Save it here first. Open type. Oh, let's do this one. Yep. Command C. Fonts pasted here. Say Black Dog. Fonts, Black Dog. Double click. Install. All right. So now we can change this to Black Dog. Let me know if this works. Do you want it on 2 lines like this? Is weekly comic book reviews. Is that cool? Or should we do like comic book reviews like this and then put weekly in a different font? No, we want to keep it simple. So let's do like weekly like that. Boom. So just so you guys know, those who don't know, like all of this down here and then all of this up here won't be shown at all. So this will essentially be his banner once he uploads it. And I have the guide set. So what's inside of this, these inner guides will always be shown. So yeah, let me know what you think, man. Let me know what you think. Awesome. So I'll export this. If Mr. Moderator, I forgot how we typically get you guys' email addresses. If you can connect with Mr. Moderator or somebody will get your email address, and I will send this over to you. I think it looks great. Let's just see how it will look really quickly on your channel. Real quick. All right, let me just remove these guides. It'll essentially look like this. So I'll get you the square version and as well as the full version as well. So you can put that in both spots if you want. What y'all think, man? Before, after. Before, after. So as you can see, with these, they're a lot more simple and easier to do than my typical branding process. Especially if it's text-based, because I have ideas in my mind. When I saw Comic Boom, I thought, okay, let's find a comic font. And then it kind of evolved from there. Once we found a font, then we got some ideas based on how the font was presented, and then finding like a text effect to put the font on, and then finding a vector background. And all of those elements working together, you can create something really cool. So I think it turned out great. Let me know what you think. This was cool. This was cool. I'm gonna have to post this inside of the group, y'all. But yeah, let's get your email somehow, or we'll figure that out, and then I will send these over to you. And yeah. So if you guys enjoyed this, if you found it entertaining, helpful, anything, please hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I will see you guys next week. Peace. Boom. There it is. Awesome. See you guys.